Hi, you guys. Okay, Snowfall Season 5, Episode 10. Fault lines. Okay, Franklin and Veronique are doing what adults do. Franklin mentioned that he woke up this morning and it felt like a weight has been lifted off his shoulders. He said he's done. The two are happy about that. Franklin says to Veronique after seeing Louis and Jerome wedding that he is ready to be married before the baby gets here. He tells Veronique that he made a lot of mistakes, but choosing her was not. And I thought that was sweet. The next morning, Wanda is at the office talking to Veronique about putting in a leave of absence because she's going on her trip with Leon. Next thing we know, we hear yelling from Franklin's office. Franklin is just yelling. Veronique, she gets rid of Wanda, goes in there, and here's where we find out that Franklin money is gone. Sissy, Franklin, and Veronique is now trying to figure out where is his money. The money from the Caymans, Panama, down to the Iranian bank in LA is cleaned the fuck out. $73 million. Franklin knows that it's not the law or government because everyone would have been hemmed up right now. Franklin said it was him. He's talking about Teddy. He gets the page and Teddy. His plan is to take it back his word, tell Teddy that he wants back in, and when him and Teddy meets up, he plans to kill Teddy. Veronique is talking to Franklin, telling him that's ridiculous. He's going to get them all killed, and he won't get his money back. Veronique says to Franklin, you have access to people all over the world. We can hire some accountants and track down your money and possibly get it back. Franklin says, so once we locate it and it's sitting in a CIA account, what we supposed to do, take it back? Veronique said, yes, there are ways. This is what I do. This is what I've been raised to do. Let me help you. I know what I'm talking about, Franklin. Okay, so at this point, I don't believe that Veronique has ill intentions towards Franklin, and I think that she's going to get her man's money back. Franklin is so amped up, he don't even hear what she's saying. He needs to make moves. He's not going to just sit around. He said he's going to go over to Ivy's and see if he knows what's up with his money in Panama. He's thinking maybe Ivy had something to do with the missing money. Franklin gets down to Ivy's warehouse and it's Mississippi burning. Actually, let's go over to Ivy. Remember, Ivy was knocked out by Ruben. Now, Ruben has Ivy in a safe house. Ruben's superior tells him that, look, your partner is dead and you got caught by the target who has now seen your face. So you need to clean this up by morning time. They also tells him that he needs to find something, some way, somehow. Just don't come back empty-handed. Ivy is beat up and he's ready to negotiate. And Ivy, being as though Ivy is in, what is he, a Mossad intelligence? He's part of that intelligence agency. So he knows the deal. He probably know, like, look, I got to say something. Ivy tells Ruben, I got info on drugs for guns exchange and the CIA involvement, which will make Mother Russia very happy. Ivy asks Ruben, oh, you think I didn't know? I done told y'all Ivy gets around, and he knows that KGB is a Russia intelligence agency. I'm asking myself, what does Russia has to do with this? But my guess is that Russia wants Teddy, and they wants to use Teddy to get information, for Teddy to feed them information. That's just my guess. I'm not sure, though. Ruben says to Ivy, I know that you're a former Mossad. Ivy says, so you know that I have no loyalty to the U.S. nor anyone in it. Not the CIA, Teddy, or Franklin, even though I'm fond of him. Ivy goes on to say, I'll give you whatever intel you need. Just assure me that I'll leave out here alive. Tells Ruben, you need me. You did all of this and still you have no intel. Those files that you're looking into won't help. I learned long ago not to put the launch code with the keys. This is Ivy's way of bargaining his life. He's like, look, if you go back and Moscow will not only, if you go back with nothing, Moscow will not only kill you, but they will torture you. So Ruben tells him, well, if you don't tell me what I need to know, you're going to find out all about that torture. Ruben, he decides to sit over there and look at the files that he found in the warehouse. And Ivy said, look, I told you you won't find anything in there. We find out how Ruben winds up with Russia because to us he looks very Cuban. But actually, his father was a Russian diplomat stationed in Cuba, and that's how he met his mother. And when they met, they had him. She died. His father took him back to Moscow with him. He pulls another card. Avi said, my parents was Russian Jews. Since Israel has turned their backs on me, perhaps I should get back to my roots. And Ruben is like, look, that info was not needed, but soon I will get the info I need by breaking you. Don't make me have to do that to you, Ivy. Ivy said, okay, if I give you what you need, just promise me you'll spare my life. Ruben said, I promise. Okay, over to Oso and his people, Zamaria. Zamaria is at home with the kids. It's 6:30 in the morning, and they running around the house like some fools. And this makes the lamp fall over and break. So as Zamaria is cleaning up the mess, she comes across a wire bug. She pages Oso and tells him to come home as soon as possible. When Oso comes home, he thinks that it's Teddy because remember, Teddy bugged Franklin recently. So Oso said, I didn't do shit to Teddy. He doesn't understand. Well, also, really, Franklin didn't do anything either to Teddy. But we know that this isn't Teddy. I think this is the KGB. Ruben told Sissy that they was looking into Oso and Ivy as they were speaking the other day. Also tells Zamaria, look, pack up your stuff, you and the kids' stuff. We have to get out of here. We have $13 million and we can live wherever the fuck we want. Franklin has been burning Teddy's pager up as he should for $73 million. Teddy finally calls Franklin back here, and Franklin is trying to get back with Teddy, and he's like, Teddy is like, no, I'm good. Franklin is like, okay, look, just put my money back in my account. Teddy is like, huh? Franklin is pissed now. He like, don't play with me. Just like you don't know what happened to my father. Like you don't know who burnt down Ivy's warehouse. Just stop this shit. I did everything that you wanted me to and you fucked me. Franklin said, listen to me, you cracker motherfucker. If I don't have my money in 24 hours, I will make sure you and everyone else you love suffer. Teddy said, be careful with what you say to me. Don't you think you lost everything now? Just wait. I was red hot on fire. Teddy needs to die. Franklin ass is manic and I'm here for it. $73 million? Bitch, your mama can get it for $73 million. Franklin told Sissy even was disgusted. That's why she called her Ruben, thinking that he can get up on him when she found out that Teddy got away with $73 million. You done lost your goddamn mind. Franklin makes it back to the office and Veronique tells Franklin his options to stay afloat with the business, the legitimate business. The properties in South Central that Franklin owns outright, he only owned it for a few years, so they don't even know about the appraisal number yet. But just by guessing, it won't be much because the neighborhood isn't appreciating because of the violence. Franklin is really concerned about the downtown property investment. He doesn't want to lose his $6 million down payment. Veronique tells him you can sell all of your properties and your pinky toe and it still wouldn't come close to covering the payments that we need to make. And if we can't make the payments, we're going to lose $6 million. Can you imagine? Oh, hell no. Franklin must have been paging Gustavo as well because he finally called Franklin back. So Franklin is like, he tells Gustavo, Teddy fucked me and I need to know how to find him. He said, listen, he'll do it to you next. Just let me get to him and I'll stop him. Gustavo said, look, it's his way. It's the government. He always will win. You can't beat him. So Franklin's like, oh, that's how it is after I save your life. Gustavo said, look, I saved your life too, remember? And Gustavo did. He I think it was either season 1 or 2 when Franklin rode up in that Spanish neighborhood, and so happened also was there to defuse the situation because they was going to kill Franklin. Anyway, also tells him, look, I have to protect my family and I hope you make it out of this. Franklin loses it. He hangs up that phone and he is fucking that office up. And then he thinks of Lloyd. So he hits her up and he's asking her, look, I need you to meet up with me. I need your help. You're my last resort. When Franklin mentioned that Ivy warehouse was burning down, Teddy must have went. Well, Teddy did go over, and he seen for himself that the building is burning down. So he paged Oso. Oso calls him back from a phone booth, and he's like, "Look, I need to meet up with you." I guess he want Oso to come along with him so they can find out where is Oso. But I'm sorry, Ivy. But also, he don't trust Teddy right now because he thinks Teddy is bugging him. Also returns his call, but he's spinning Teddy because he thinks, Teddy did him dirty. He tells Teddy he can't meet up with him. He have to take the kid to the ER. Teddy said, okay, look, fuck it. Okay, cool. Poor Gustavo, he don't know who to trust. And since he can't get Oso to come along with him, he picks up Parissa and they goes over to Ivy home. Now, Teddy is looking into files while he has Parissa in the car. And he's telling her he has a walkie-talkie and she has one in the car. He's telling her, look, you hit me up if you hear or see anything suspicious. Teddy in there, he's looking around, but at the same time, Ruben is in there. He was already in there reading files next to a safe. And this is how I can tell the writers has changed. Both guys are part of intelligent agencies. Ruben, why are you here reading files? Why not take the files with you? And then why would a noise like, you just hearing something scare you to the point where you drop your flashlight? That's just really sloppy for them to be intelligent spies. It was just ridiculous to me. It didn't make sense. Okay, both of them hear each other. Ruben, he takes off with the files running down a driveway. And Teddy, he's paging, he's trying to get through to Parissa. Do you hear anything? Do you see anything going on? As Ruben is running past, he hears this, and we assuming that Parissa is gone because by the time Teddy gets out there, because Parissa isn't answering, she's gone. Ruben has her. And I'm thinking, well, Ruben can't torture her because she might like that shit. Gustavo, he goes to his stash, retrieve his funds, about to leave out, and the DEA busts him. My heart is broken. And it's the guy that was the DEA with Soledad. I forgot his name. But he also was at the wedding recording, taking intel of all of them. So he's seen Gustavo at the wedding. So, he's going to be on his ass about where is Teddy and where is Soledad. He don't know that what Gustavo did now. So Gustavo isn't going to tell on himself. But will he tell on Teddy? We'll see in season 6. And poor Zamaria, the kids, they're already waiting. And they ask her, where's Gustavo? And she knows in her heart that something is wrong. They ask her, are they still leaving? And she tells them, I don't know. Because that's just the harsh reality of it all. She knows something isn't right. And they ain't going nowhere. Franklin meets up with Louie, and see, here is where I'm kind of torn in between the two of Louie and Franklin, but more so I'm on Franklin's side on this one. Well, anyway, earlier in the episode, Teddy had already got in contact with Louie, and she made her aware that Franklin had walked away from the game. Now, Jerome, he had a look like he was uncomfortable with the situation. He didn't like that. And when Louie seen that, she tried to convince him, well, maybe this is a good, no more bitterness, no competition. And Jerome is telling him no, but he say, fuck it, we in. And Louie is just giving me greedy right now. Sissy also went over and told her and Jerome everything that Teddy had stole $73 million from Franklin. Louie says to Franklin, we put a freeze on our accounts, and I'm sorry that Reed had done that to you. So what Franklin wants from Louie is the next time she meet up with him to tell him when and where. Louie said, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm up now. Excuse me, what? Who the fuck Lloyd thinks she talking to? Lloyd done lost her mind. Franklin asks her, you don't think that he gonna do the same thing to you? This bitch said, I'll take my chances. Here Franklin go. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. So Lloyd's like, excuse me? You telling me? He said, yeah, because this is all your fucking fault. If you wouldn't have went to Teddy behind my back, I wouldn't be in this position right now. And that is Franklin's biggest problem with himself that he just went through last week. Every time shit hit the fan, he never take self-accountability. He always blaming it on somebody else. It's always someone else's fault. No, this isn't Louis' fault why Teddy took your shit. In this situation, Franklin can't get to Teddy, so he's manic, and I can't blame him for $73 million. Lloyd said, whatever, you can say whatever you gotta say, but this isn't my problem, Franklin. Franklin pulls out a gun on Lloyd. And I'm like, no. I don't like that. I don't like it. Even though Louie is in the position that she's in right now, all because of Franklin. And you sitting here telling Franklin that you're going to choose that white man over him. It's some fucked up shit, Louie. And Franklin is way out of line pulling out a gun out on Louie. But it's $73 million we talking about, okay? So I'm riding with Franklin. Franklin tells Louie, look, I will kill you 10 times over about my money. Okay, but Lloyd, she had Buckley. Buckley came up right behind Franklin. Yeah, put that gun down. He asks Lloyd, do he want him to finish Franklin? And Lloyd tells him, look, no, for Jerome, I'm not going to do it. But if I ever see you again, I'm going to kill you. Franklin goes home to Veronique and he tells her, look, if you got to move out, I understand, but shit's about to get ugly. I have to get my shit back and I'm all in this. She asks him, can I help you? And he's like, not with this, no. After Franklin leaves, Veronique gets on the phone and she leaves a message saying that she's in trouble and that she could really use some help. So I'm thinking this is her mother, the scammer, and Veronique and her mother is going to get them funds back. That's what I think is going to happen in season 6. Ruben makes it back to the safe house and Ivy explains, okay, now you have B and the other files is A. Is all there. Teddy McDonald is a CIA. He used to work for the CIA. Now he's a contractor. Ruben uncuffs Ivy and Ivy is just going on about Teddy, spilling the beans. And Ruben shoots Ivy. That pierced my soul. Ivy, he goes out like a G. He stands up. He's singing his song in his native tongue. And Ruben said, I'm sorry, Ivy. He just shoots Ivy in the head. A headshot. I was like, oh my God. Ruben's superior comes out. He asks Ruben, you couldn't use him? And Ruben thing is it's not that he couldn't use Ivy, he couldn't trust Ivy. Because look how Ivy just quickly gave up everything. And then not only that, he was ready to switch up on his intelligence agency, which I think they turned their back on him first. But still, he was ready to do anything to get her out. And that's how Ivy is. He always been that way. Franklin, he's with Ronnie and Trix. He had to get his old crew back because he's about to do some shit. So they feel a way that he dropped them. Remember when he had hired Ivy's crew? They feel a way about it. He's like, look, if anybody got doubts about anything, say it right now. They said, fuck it. They riding out. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, Lord. Yes. And boy, is it coming. Rox and Trick, they go up to Lloyd Club. 2 bouncers at the door. They're like, no, we about to close. They like, oh, let's just get one drink. Pulls out the gun, pop both of the bodyguards down. Franklin comes in there, take all of Louie's money, clean her the fuck out. Next, they go over to Louie's warehouse, and Franklin gets out the car. a familiar face to the bodyguard, they relax. He's like, yeah, Lloyd and Jerome told me to pop, pop. Franklin kills them. It is mad motherfucking drugs stacked to the ceiling. Franklin cleans them the fuck out, and I'm not mad at him. Not one single bit. Lloyd, that's what the fuck you get, bitch. It's morning, and Franklin has been at it all fucking night. Lastly, he goes down to the hospital to see Kane. He whispers in Kane, it was Louie. Oh, Franklin, Lloyd done fucked up. She should have killed Franklin. She should have killed Franklin. It's war. It's on now. It's on now. I'm not mad at Franklin, though. I'm not mad. Later on that day, Sissy comes over to Franklin and she tells him that Jerome told her that they've been robbed and 4 people were killed. She asks Franklin that he had anything to do with that, and without Franklin saying anything, she asks him how was he going to fix it. And Franklin loses it and he says, fix it? I done did everything. I showed them compassion. I showed them mercy. I walked away. I was the bigger person. And look where the fuck it got me, mama. Franklin says to Sissy, look, if you can't ride with me, I understand. You have done your best to raise me, and I appreciate that. And what I am now, it's not your fault. And what he's speaking of is that monster that I've been telling y'all all along that Franklin I've been saying this since last season, that Franklin has that monster in him and it's coming out. And he's going to snap. Leon always been the one that's pop off, but yeah, we about to see Franklin go off. Sissy asks Franklin, you still want to get in touch with Teddy? I made some friends in Cuba, friends that's in the KGB. So Franklin is like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Yep, she's serious, Franklin. Sissy said it's time to fight fire with fire. Franklin says to Sissy, we're going to have to burn this motherfucker to the ground, mama. And that's a wrap for season 5. Oh, I forgot. Teddy, he done told his superior that he was willing to donate all of that $73 million. He said it's just that he just needed one thing from them. They never told us. But later on, after Teddy finds out that, Ivy warehouse was burned to the ground and Ivy was missing, he meets up with his superior and tells him that we have a bigger problem. So once he found out that Gustavo got locked up, of course he could find out that that's DEA, but I don't know where that's going to go at, because Gustavo could snitch on Teddy, but Teddy also could tell them what Gustavo did. But that's not even how Teddy works. He's going to find his way out of this. I don't know how, be it as though he is a contractor and his superior told him not to get in any mess. And now that the KGB, which they would not work with the CIA or any of the U.S. government, but KGB has all of Teddy information from the files that Ivy had on him. So now the KGB have all of that, but they have a different agenda, and I don't think it's killing Teddy. Leon, I hope him and Wanda soak up all the knowledge that they can, and they just get bigger and brighter, just live beautiful, and they just stay out of this mess. Hopefully, I hope that's how it go for them. Louie, she deserves everything that's coming at her. She always been selfish, self-centered, out for her. Just anything that benefits her, she don't give a fuck about nobody else. I hate the fact that it has to go down like this between the two, but it is what it is. Louie is just as a monster as Franklin at this point. I really think in season 6, Veronique will get that money back. I'm hoping before anything would get ugly between Franklin and Teddy, only because Teddy has the upper hand as far as the government is concerned. But Teddy is also just a contractor. He's easy to be disposed of. The CIA, they will deny him. Like, they will say we had no involvement with him. Teddy who? So that will be interesting. And that's where the season ends. And I'll see you guys next season. Thank you for tuning in. And please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.